coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports.
A short kick taken at the 18, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Hunter Henry brings it in. He's at the 40.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
McCaffrey looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this time he is in.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
receiver in motion right. They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll send the tight end in motion left.
Let's go.
They go play action. Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mayfield on play action. And that will be incomplete.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Palardy. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Mahomes going to throw. And a pass to Henry is intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's Mayfield.
Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Breece Hall with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Ryan Santoso now for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Mayfield off the play fake.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here's Tyler Newsome now. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. Open man is Denzel Mims. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Up, up. Pistol. Hurry, hurry. Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Mayfield to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Mayfield down. He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. To throw, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Daron Payne coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, they got him again. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Ball again on 2nd down. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
If you were going to choose a franchise back from the 2022 class, most figured it would be Breece Hall out of Iowa State, and he was the first guy off the board to the New York Jets. More than looked the part of a bell cow offensive cornerstone at Iowa State, and by testing numbers, one of the best athletes we've seen enter the league at his position.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Regular. Point it right.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
First down, Mayfield. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Real. King. Alert. Hurry.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. The tight end in motion right. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run with Hall. And he will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. Breece Hall making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Seahawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Apke.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hurry, hurry!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
A give running right is Hall. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Breece Hall.
Now with his third touchdown in his first ever NFL game.
And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Santoso now for the extra point.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken from about the 12.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Christian McCaffrey.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Broncos 14.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Ball again on 2nd down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all. And it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Mahomes. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Christian McCaffrey halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hey, alert 33.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
From the 27, Mayfield. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Give to Hall running right. Taken down at the 42.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Mayfield to throw. And he fires one incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Mayfield. That's complete. It's Okwuegbunam. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Mayfield. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from 52, and this for the win. And his kick is good. From 52 yards away, he gets it to go. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight.